We often have a tendency to belittle the monthly pain being experienced by women without even knowing that it could be leading to epidemics like endometriosis. So, what is causing it? What can be done about it? And what is the future for somebody with endometriosis? This and more is what we will be discussing today in detail. To begin with, what is endometriosis? Now, it is a disease of the uterus, as you may already know. But what exactly is it? Is it just a simple pain? No. But it is a pain that is happening owing to the presence of the lining inside the uterus, outside the uterus. It can be on your fallopian tube, ovary, or far aside, or somewhere as far as your lungs and even brain. It is much more painful than the regular dysmenorrhea because these tissues keep responding to your hormones on a monthly basis and they keep growing but do not get shed, which means over time they have a tendency to clump together the internal organs. Now, what is the causative factor for the same? It can be understood both modern wise and Ayurvedic wise. As per the modern science, it can be because of retrograde menstruation, or because these cells are getting transferred out during a surgery, or they're traveling out through your lymph, or because of the genetic predisposition. Say, for example, your mom or your sisters have got it and you are also prone to the same. But as per the Ayurvedic science, it's absolutely because of the malfunctioning of the unit called Apanavata, which is the one responsible for the downward, well-regulated flow of blood during periods. Now, because of certain stressful factors or wrong food or the wrong lifestyle, it has a tendency to move upward. And this upward movement of Apanavata takes the blood alongside. It's very similar to the retrograde menstruation concept being put forward by the modern science. Now, along with this, if you have been consuming extremely spicy food with a lot of fat in it, then in that case, it will lead to excessive bleeding paired with the pain. Now, this is what leads to the endometriosis. Talking about what are the ways to identify it, well, there are no blood tests that can help you identify the same. Instead, it is the symptoms along with laparoscopy that can help you in confirming the diagnosis. MRI and scan helps to a certain extent, but the confirmation is only after a laparoscopy. So what are the symptoms of this particular condition? One, there is severe dysmenorrhea, which is painful periods. The pain is almost much more worse than even the labor pain, wherein you even struggle to even sit, stand, or even lie on the bed. Two, there is painful contact. This can be during the contact or post the contact, specifically felt at the lower abdomen and near the pubic part. Three, there can be excessive bleeding or even spotting during the mid-cycle period. Four, it can lead to infertility because the embryo has a difficulty in implantation. And five, it comes with many other complications like fatigue, diarrhea, migraines, body pain, and even whole body joint pain. Is there a particular age group to which it is limited? Well, not really. It is most commonly found amongst women of 25 to 40 age group, but it is also found in as young as 16 to 20 age group. So if you have been experiencing severe pain right from menarche, which just seems to be getting worse before even you reach your 20s, then it's time for you to go and get it checked by a gynecologist. Would there be a difficulty in getting pregnant and remaining pregnant with endometriosis? Well, that is because there can be difficulty in fusion of the egg and the sperm. Second, there is a difficulty in implantation. Then in that case, sustenance of the pregnancy becomes a task. Are oral contraceptive pills enough to treat endometriosis? Well, though they help you in managing the pain, they are not going to help you with the root cause, which means the pathology keeps progressing and the condition keeps getting worse over time. We are often told that surgery is the best solution for endometriosis. Is that the case? If it's an extreme chronic case where the pain is just unbearable and the bleeding is heavy, then in that case you may opt for one. But otherwise, please do not, because there is scope for betterment. There is scope for treatment through Ayurveda. Now, how can Ayurveda help with endometriosis? Well, it takes care of two major concerns. One, the cause behind the Apanavata dysfunction and thereby correcting it. And two, correcting the quality, quantity, and the consistency of your blood, the menstrual blood. Both of these are to be done by identifying the causative factors which leads to the imbalance. It could be in the form of the wrong or unsuitable food, like the dry, crunchy food, excessive fasting, starvation, late nights, where the hormones are getting affected. And it can also be in the form of stress. Each one of these needs to be identified. Along with this, the pathology needs to be retraced with the help of Ayurvedic herbs. Can be in the form of shatavari, turmeric, dry ginger, bala. But that is decided by the Ayurvedic doctor. Second, once you correct the menstrual blood quality, quantity, and the viscosity, it helps in regulating the flow. Once these two are taken care, plus the dietary lifestyle modification, the pain comes down within a month or two. How to prevent endometriosis? The best way out is to take care of your Apanavata. 1. No exercise during periods. I'm sure many of you are going to disapprove. But the fact is, being excessively active, physically or mentally, is going to cost the functioning of your Vata, specifically Apanavata, which is felt in the form of cramps, aches, fatigue, and discomfort. 2. Taking care of your stress. Well, it's quite impossible to enumerate all of these here. So as to take care of the same, I'm doing a series in my Insta handle. Please do check out. What can go wrong if you leave it untreated? And that is going to make you end up with a whole lot of complications, wherein there's going to be extreme pain, not just on your lower abdomen, lower back. In fact, your whole body is going to be achy, and there is going to be dry, crackling joints. And the second thing, it is going to lead to either infertility or complications during pregnancy in the form of placenta previa, difficulty in maintaining pregnancy, and low child birth weight. Now, if there are more things that you would like to know about endometriosis, comments below.